fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do in no money, what they at you, it no at you. Go be money, miss away in the yellow correct you. Use the youth, the money, waste a must have statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take this print of money, girl, and say that it's not you. One day the man above end up, him a go stop you. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% free.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption please.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Good morning, good afternoon from the London timeline. And audio as the system is dancing all over the place on my. Let me know if the is coming through well. StreamYard crashing before I came on. That's why I am a bit late. But give audio check, please. Give me an audio check before I proceed. Hold on there. Everything I give problem for my end this morning. So you all have to give me an update. Let me go in the chat quickly. Let me see how the audio. I'm chippy. Yes, there's massive internet problem. There's quite cranes all around me doing construction work. So, you know, where there's cranes, the internet signal buggled at certain time of the day. But I hope audio clear enough. I hope we can tug it through this morning despite the choppy connection. But if it gets worsened, give me an update while we go along. Even my Google Drive as well, these things are just playing me about. But good morning and welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We'll be looking at some JPS issue this morning, and we will be probing some more questions of the legality of the One Jamaica Legal Foundation. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome. Debbie Jervis TV, Beat and Teach, Natalia Freeman, Karen Wagwan, Cash, Sunshine, Deb, Lilith Foster, E.M., Pauline Dixon, Valerie, Agency, Wagwan, Pamela Akola, Elijah B., Chris Davis, Sharon Bernard, Izzy Holder, Ruby, Raymond G., Brittany L., Pamela Akola, Miranda Roddick, Mega Volt, Mega Volt, may I go block you? Me not even go answer you this morning, Mega Volt, because now we realize who you is. If you put your money in a brown paper bag, Mega Volt, take it to the Lord in prayer, Mega. Take your money in the brown paper bag to the Lord in prayer, Mega Volt. Goodbye. Bros, Jay Summers, Connie Jones, yes, Ruby, light is back, but it keep coming and going. And JPS send bill, you know, Ruby. Hey, JPS send 1 week worth of bill, Ruby. You tell me. Cause Marina, Wagwan, JPS and the bang around the bill, the internet and everything. Call me after the show done, cause because I've been calling you and I'm not getting you. So call me after the show done, man. Me you need to talk. I mean, I call you from when? A Saturday or Sunday. But me nah get through to you. So call me. RJ, good morning. Rebel with a cause, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. Fearless leader. To answer Mega Volt for my audience, you all heard of the brown paper bag character assassination from Rattigan. You know the charges picked up by Rattigan blind audience. When this issue surfaced, let me turn off a light away in my eye. Sorry, I'll be back. When the issue surfaced, I said to Carlos Gray, because if you all know and if you all follow Call to Action, you all know that I give a lot of media time to Call to Action. Real sweet. In the Florida protests, I have one correspondent, New York and Washington. I had 2 correspondents, JB, so I was broadcasting multi-angle from New York and Washington. But we're particularly dealing with New York and this brown paper bag issue. When the issue surfaced, I said to Carlos, the evidence is on my life. And I said to Carlos what I remembered from the day's broadcast. Even on the weekend here, I said to Carlos, I'm going to pull the New York protest because I know, sorry, the brown paper bag issue was dealt with on the live. It was nothing in secret or whispering. It's nothing in secret or whispering. It all unfolded on the live. So the evidence is being pulled. So to Megavolt, who's saying he put brown money in brown paper bag, if we on the camera and the other end can hear when the man was going around and collecting for Carlos, if Megavolt put his money in that brown paper bag, he put it in there for Carlos. Or if Megavolt have an issue, take it, Mega, to the Lord in prayer. All right? Abenasar Cody, how are you? Let's listen to the evidence. You would have heard it on Carlos yesterday as well. But for my audience, let's listen to the evidence that we pulled from the New York protest with regards to the brown paper bag, Brenda Elson. I mean, no, hold a liar wicked. Somehow, no. No, it's not AI. You can go back to my New York protest broadcast. It's on my channel. That's where the evidence is. We just cut out this bit for timekeeping.
So this is the moment the brother reached out to me. Knowing that my father dead and all that, the man come to me and say, Carlos, I love how you work, you know. I love how you beat them with a 2x4. Give me a bag or a box. I'm going to beg a collection for you buy more lumber. For you get more 2x4 for beat them. Let's watch. I bend down under the table. I'm going to get a brown bag. I'm going to give the man. Watch. As you can see, the brother open up the bag like a marketing mago. Him fold it over, roll it over. He go get to work. Watch, guys. You will see. Just watch. As you can see, the man gone over. That is president right there. The man is next to president. Now listen to the man in the crowd. You can't make no mistake who the man was collecting it for. Listen. So now you're here. Was there any mistake what the man was doing and who he was collecting the money for? And here I am telling the people thanks. Right before everybody.
And you can go to my channel and watch the New York protest from 2 hours and 48 minutes onwards. That's where you would find the evidence we just produced on screen. This is to show you how twisted and vindictive Wilfred Rattigan was on Saturday evening, using settled issue, using issues he know not to be true to tarnish others' character, Evan Green. You heard clearly from Wilfred Rattigan on Saturday, his anger, he claimed, went back to the job he applied for, and Herb Nelson would have blocked him from getting the police commissioner's job. So you heard that it was a long-running anger and bitterness from Rattigan. You heard his assault on Dr. Francis. Something totally irrelevant to the issue that is at hand. But what Rattigan failed to speak about in truth, he mentioned he had a difference of opinion with the group. You would have noticed, though, Wilfred Rattigan make no mention of what that difference of opinion is. Not one bit of it. The only thing necessary, and I'm speaking directly here to Lion, the only thing necessary, Lion, for the triumph of the evil sword that Rattigan swung on Saturday is for a good and honorable man like you, Lion, to stand aside and do nothing. Rattigan make no mention of the issue between him and Lion, which led him to leave the group. He did not say what the issue is or who he had the issue with. Rattigan make it out that he had an issue, a difference of opinion with the group. Mr. Rattigan know that is not true. And that's why I'm calling on Lion to come out and be honest and be a gentleman about this issue that Rattigan has taken too far. It must be said the issue was with Lion and Rattigan. The issue was regarding Rattigan's headway of lonesome involvement. That was what Rattigan difference of opinion is. Wilfred Rattigan must speak the truth. He lied or omitted that part on Saturday with his 4-page essay that he turned up with and read to you for all that onslaught that he carried out on Saturday. He lied about many things. The two people on screen next to Wilfred Rattigan, Melissa Chinloy, is the daughter of the lady who owned Reggae Global Radio. As per Internal Revenue, that's a violation of the organization registered status. As an attorney, Rattigan knows you cannot have friends or business associate on the board. Why Carlos should have discouraged the man from collecting the money? Why Rattigan got money in New York and Rattigan never declared it either. When you don't come on my platform, you're not somebody who come to global TV. So don't come here, come call us name. You know, global TV audience, whatever done your name, Desreen done. You know, global TV audience, we never see you here yet. So you don't run, come up here, come call us name. Why you don't tell Rattigan if you got talk about the scamming where him and Jeffrey do? I'm going to get to that. Because on the love faith, when Rattigan attack, on a cheer him on, but nobody has the right to defend themselves. And remember, I do this very thing with me on social media last year. When I now go mess call us name up with money. When I do it with we last year, it's not gonna happen this year. The evidence is there. Now that the evidence is shown, we don't walk and look all sort of excuse. And this is what a docile audience continue to do when people like Andre and Rattigan get exposed. We don't want to hear love joy people's truth. If you don't want to hear the truth there, just don't come here. It is plain and simple. If you're afraid of the truth, do not come here. Richard Crooks is a longtime friend of Wilford Rattigan, has been on the board since its inception, is still on the board. It's a violation of the organization registered status. Bookkeeping. Is Mr. Rattigan doing bookkeeping for the organization? Would so, because Rattigan never really produce anything to you as evidence. What he does, he just dangle paper at you on screen, which tells you nothing. Nothing at all, it does. Non-profit are required to keep an accurate record of their donors, including who donated what and when, as a regulatory requirement. Can Mr. Rattigan prove that he has a donor list other than those who donated via the social systems where there would be a record? The cash donations. The cash donations you collected, Mr. Rattigan, are you able to provide a donors list of who, what, and when those money were donated? You are supposed, regardless of the amount the person donates or the amount of the organization in the organization coffers, you are required to have a donors list. Can Rattigan prove that? And we are suggesting Nigel Rochester. My case and talk this morning is a blocking and going on, you know. Anybody have a problem, you will have to take it to the Lord in prayer this morning. Somehow I feel we would be better off being independent of Britain. My own. Well, we'll get to that. Javier. Mickey's talk, Nigel. Mickey's talk. We are called bitter water. Me and Rattigan. I who gets it on and pipe out here. Mickey's talk with the black and move on this morning. Mickey and talk if your body for me and talk. With the black and move on this morning. Take your problem to the Lord in prayer. If you have a problem this morning, go bruise up your knee. Oh, Vayato, we not have no time for the chaka chaka nor the baga baga. We don't have no time for the weak heart defenders. Take your problem this morning to the Lord in prayer. All right? Yes. That's the owner for carrying a problem. That's the owner for take to the problem. So yes, Mr. Rattigan, your donors list. The money where you're pushing in your pocket on New York and Washington, Mr. Rattigan, and Canada. Do you have a donors list, Mr. Rattigan, as required? If a donation, Mr. Rattigan, exceeds $250, the donor must, when you see must, you're under a requirement to do so. The donor must obtain written acknowledgement of their donation before claiming a charitable contribution on their federal income tax return, Mr. Rattigan. Plus, a donation receipt is a chance to show donors and your organization is responsible, transparent, and grateful for their support. The receipt is a chance to show the donors and that your organization is responsible, transparent, and is grateful for your support. Has there, Mr. Rattigan, been an automatic email set up for those who do any donation on any of your social platform that they would receive an email of the donation as receipt? Has OJDL, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, provided any receipt to donors, particularly, Mr. Rattigan, those who donated in cash? Can you provide that donor list? Or will you be botching it up for your tax filing? Which, if you were on time, Mr. Rattigan, you could have filed this month if you were somebody who was doing your administration competently of the organization. But what you're rather doing, Mr. Rattigan, you're stretching it out to the IRS October deadline. That would suggest, Mr. Rattigan, in the administrative world, that you are behind time on your administration. Is that a chance to botch it up as you go along? It's an organization registered under US law, and any of us can scrutinize such organization. Particularly, it's operating in the interests of Jamaican and diasporans. As much as Rattigan called it his baby, under child protection law, Rattigan, we're not allowed to stand aside and watch you abuse your baby without reporting it to the relevant authorities, you see, Ladybug. So therefore, the schemes and corruption and nepotism that you're dealing with on the board and with the organization, Rattigan, you cannot hold government to account when you yourself, it is shown that your organization is not properly structured. What project is your organization doing for the people of Jamaica? Except for the lawsuit frenzy like the PNP them. Because nobody no matter about doing for people are doing on the ground, doing for the grassroots. We love the high-class lawsuits. Other than that, you look like Nigel coward and run. We don't like when the coward them approach me over here. I don't know if you talk back. You must learn to talk back to me. You must come and make a coward statement and then run off. It shows the cowardice of some of you gentlemen. Stand up, because I know Global TV in a black one so easily. I love to have a whiff and whap with you all first before blocking you. But someone just coward, when you come on and make a coward lick, I want to just run so. What Rattigan needs to do is become an armchair vlogger like Joseph Patterson. But when you're running a not-for-profit organization and you're collecting donations to do a particular, if I ask my audience and say, help me to buy a laptop, Philip Sutherland, good morning. However, just no attention. Philip Sutherland, you see, if we allow corruption to permeate and increase itself, that is where we get to when we think calling out corruption, nepotism, incompetency is a disgrace and division. Look at how our country is, and look at what we've ended up with in government. Remember, it was the shining star when it arrives. I know I was on Rattigan program for that onslaught. And none of you in the comment was saying, Mr. Rattigan, this has gone too far. Mr. Rattigan, the things you're bringing up has nothing to do with this of the organization. None of you hypocrites, you know, who come to me and call us page and act like when we talk truth, it is disgraceful. It is why your children are being murdered in Jamaica. Look at your cemeteries, how much young people are there. We hate and afraid to speak the truth. We're afraid of the truth. But when the lies come, Philip Sutherland, many are going to lap it up and run with it because, as I said yesterday, when Rattigan took to the stage and started stripping on Saturday, you all went back to the bar and you fill your glasses up. You were entertained. You all dragged me in the comment. You dragged Carlos in the comment. We watched you all. But then you are the same morons. You're the same petulant children who come over our platform and tell us, this is enough. This is division. This is that. You never saw the division when Rattigan spilled his bitterness over the police commissioner job that he applied for 3 times unsuccessfully. That alone tells you something. Nobody in this world has ever known. Maybe they are, but I've never met them. To apply for one job 3 times. The same particular job 3 times. You heard it the other evening. You sat back and you watched it. You mullered over me and Carlos. And then on the same disgraceful criminal Jamaicans, because people were run behind we lonesome Andre and Rattigan when them a tear down people and cheer them on. It's you the criminal mindset or the dunce mindset people. Right thinking people ask questions. Right thinking people want to hear many different sides of the story. The problem with you dunce Jamaicans and manipulated minds, you believe in one side of the story. Once you get one side, and you all stick to the side where you can use the side that allows you to tear someone character down, that's the side that you all hold dear to. That's why I'm not picking them that prison or cemetery. Because truth is not an interest the people like Uno. Every time we start truth, Uno run come provide an excuse for Rattigan, Wayne Lonesome, or Andre. Ratty is the boss. Tell Ratty to stop thief the people their money. Tell Ratty to stop scam the people them if he's a boss. Rattigan is a scammer. And let me tell you why Rattigan is a scammer. Rattigan and Jeffrey Tavares are scammers. Sue me. Go and sue me. Rattigan and Jeffrey knowingly collect money from the sponsor to go to Canada. Rattigan knew Jeffrey cannot travel to Canada. Jeffrey knows he cannot travel to Canada. If I ask you for a laptop, for a money, to buy a laptop for Global TV, and you donate that money to me, and I do not use the money to buy a laptop for Global TV, what is that? Is it scamming or conning? You tell me in the audience. Is it scamming or conning? Because when Jeffrey took the money, when Rattigan and Jeffrey knowingly take the money, Rattigan knew Jeffrey couldn't travel to Canada. Jeffrey knew he couldn't travel to Canada, but they did not declare the money. Rattigan conveniently did not speak about that money, and Jeffrey didn't get once. He got and he went back and got sympathetically. Is that scamming or conning? Because Jeffrey knew he couldn't travel to Canada. Why Rattigan conveniently, on a 4-page essay, leave that out on Saturday evening? If Rattigan is not vindictive and malicious, if Rattigan is speaking the unvarnished facts and truth, why did he leave out the money Jeffrey collected twice under false pretense? Is that illicit enrichment, Rattigan? The money Jeffrey collected twice under false pretense, is it illicit enrichment? The money that the man gave to you in New York that you put in your pocket and in the brown envelope, is it illicit enrichment? Can the donation, can the organization, Mr. Rattigan, account for that donation? If you're not talking the truth, just stay silent. You cannot come out here with your knife twisting galangin. The whole on us sit down and watch Rattigan Saturday evening. On a heard Rattigan threaten Herb Nelson and his family. This is where this moron takes it to. This is where the moron Rattigan takes it to. And when you all sat there on Saturday evening, you all said nothing. When Rattigan threatened Herb and his family. Chris John, there wasn't enough time to organize the UK protest. The organization started. Where you hear Rattigan talk about with the the UK protest, Jeffrey and Prevy care about them discussion from the group to Rattigan, because by that Rattigan never in the gallery. However, the calamity falls down within everything going on. So there you go. That's how things are where it's at. The organization is not dead. Herb Nelson, Carlos, and the others are going to reboot and redrive the organization and continue with what call to action started. I will continue to give media support to the organization when it forms, when it have its new structure going forward. But Rattigan came out vicious and vindictive. And you never see none of Rattigan people them, now the people them who run come me and call us page, attack this and that. None of you all said to Rattigan on Saturday evening, Rattigan, you've taken this too far. This has nothing to do with what we thought you were going to come out and talk about. Rattigan never come tell us about the issues we have with whoever in the organization. Rattigan came out and he spoke a lot of bitterness. What do you mean by gossiping is an enemy of communication, Feline? Can you explain that? I mean, I like when I just make the snippets and explain what I mean. So I ask Mr. Rattigan why him come out and tell so much cruel and blatant lies on Saturday evening. Why him went on a character assassination. No Dunce Nigel and straightening out Dunce Rattigan and correcting the lies Rattigan told. The lies that Rattigan told, that's what I'm exposing, because Rattigan is the only distraction in all of what's going on. Tavia. Rattigan is the only distraction. Rattigan came out now 3 Saturday, and all the people were talking about distraction. None of them mentioned. So the 3 Saturday now Rattigan came out. Rattigan threw more mud. I be a mud slinging this long tongue and gal depan. No, speak to that. But when people explain and express truth or facts to you, when you get crailed up like when you piss for senile. This is the uneducated, manipulative mindset of you Jamaicans. When you don't love a person, when you don't want to hear the truth about them. Rattigan is just a wicked lying man. When Rattigan came out on Saturday, he just verified my long tongue leader song. That's who Rattigan is. A twisted, vindictive manipulator, a narcissist who, when he doesn't get his way, he destroys things. That's who Rattigan is. You all didn't saw the real Rattigan Saturday evening because a wool has been pulled over your eyes. You're easily manipulated. You're gullible. That's why Rattigan can play games with you. He cannot play it when I'm around. Rattigan can't come out here, come talk about, I don't want to hear any more of this. No, you're a scammer. You are a scammer, Wilfred Rattigan. Yes, man. Definitely. You are a scammer. It is scamming. What Jeffrey and Rattigan did was scamming. Because Rattigan came and he lied to you about Jeffrey scamming. But something of public knowledge, this is the second Saturday, Rattigan tried to use it to pull down Carlos. to dirty up Carlos' reputation. But none of you, when the truth is being shown now, all of you is running around. This is disgraceful. Can we not do it in private? Can we not do it another way? Tell that to Rattigan, Wayne Lonesome, and his wife. Tell that to Wilfred Rattigan, Wayne Lonesome, and his wife. They are the ones who took it in public. If they wanted a private discussion, they could have had it with the group. Rattigan armed Wayne Lonesome and his wife before they came out. Divine Root of God, do you want to delete that comment, please? Divine Root of God, would you like to delete your comment, please? Let me check over on the YouTube channel. Come in, I want nobody come here. Come part. Nah, make no sympathetic or whatever. Me rather not stay silent. Come in and ask nobody to cheer me on. But me rather not stay silent like I want to stay silent over Rattigan. And there's certain people here that I don't want to block. So if I ask you to delete your comment, please delete your comment. All right? When I know over Rattigan and Wayne Lonesome, I'm not silent and not cheer them on. Stay silent over your suckers. I don't want nobody cheer me on. I'm just here to tell the truth that exposes the lies Wilfred Rattigan tells. If you call Andre name, you don't feel good. Them people just can't get rid of them belly for me. Me I go always call Andre name. I get it that some people on social media are afraid of me. Look like me have hand round here. Me not afraid to call nobody name. You know what I mean? Me and Andre work together. We have wedding differences. I'm always going to talk about Andre. Good or bad. All right? So just get over it and get on with it. As I say, anyone who come here with a galang in this morning, we don't want Jamaica to be clean up, but we don't want it to be done by corrupt people. That's why we don't reach one another with Andrew Wholeness. It is the reason why I don't reach one another with Andrew Wholeness. Because we don't just like sweet word, smiley faces, and pretty talk. And that's all on the desert we don't want in Jamaicans. This is why when Rattigan come out, Rattigan can come with Marcus Garvey, he can come with God, he can come with Bob Marley, he can come with man with the open front and guitar and everything, because he has to mesmerize you and draw you in before he start the onslaught. Me not play them game there. Me just real. Like it or leave it. That's what you're going to get. You see, when you play games, you have to tell lies every day. You have to remember a certain lie. You have to tell other lies to reinforce that lie. That takes a lot of energy. You see, when me just hold you and push part you come from, me feel relief and light. Further, me go around the corner and said, oh my God, you know you shouldn't have really said that. You really make me feel perplexed. I really am disapproved of your behavior towards me. This is outrageous. That's what you all expect me to do, the nice, fancy rices. No, me will just take you all you and shove you back where you come up from. And it's easy and done. Pedro, how are you? Rather than me swirling around trying to be nice, how could you? How dare you? I'm disappointed of you. I disapprove of your behavior. That is what you all expect me to do. No, I will just hold you and shove you. Grease or no grease. It is as simple as that. I really don't waste time. I really do not waste my time. Being elected to office in February 1972, Prime Minister Michael Manley rattled the country ruling class with social policies that appeal to the working man. On November 20, 1974, just weeks before I was born, he declared democratic socialism as his administrative doctrine. The CIA and the JLP them unleash wrath across the country. Michael Manley and the People's National Party made the rising announcement in Parliament. It was the boldest move yet. One that fueled his opponent fear that he was steering Jamaica towards communism. Can the PNP, with all of their division, vim, vigor, and splittery, declare that they still hold the democratic socialist ideas of Michael Manley? Is Mount Golden and the People's National Party able to declare that? And if they are, can they show us the policies that their government will bring forward for a development of Jamaica? The JPS debacle has been twisting, turning, stalling, up in a brick wall, and all that. The People's National Party has been quiet for some time. Philip Paulwell, though, is out and speaking. Let's listen to Philip Paulwell.
Fellow Jamaicans, today I want to address a critical issue that has deeply affected our nation in the wake of Hurricane Beryl. Our first objective today is to call on the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, to withdraw all the bills immediately. This is an emergency situation that...
Philip Paulwell, you are so late. You are so late, Mr. Paulwell. If you all watch global television, you know I have been calling on the government and JPS to give the people at least a 3-month grace period of bill paying. If you have never heard me say that, you have not watched global television since Hurricane Beryl. Philip Paulwell is just catching up. That's how PNP operate these days. Back a time, back a everyone.
Cannot be delayed. The people of Jamaica have suffered enough, and they deserve fair treatment and accurate billing, especially during this difficult time. The OUR must mandate that request today. But as we address this pressing issue, I must also take a moment to highlight the government's inactivity, which has directly contributed to the difficulties we now face. There's a reason why the government of Jamaica has always maintained a 20% share in the JPS company. It is to recognize the importance of the role of the company and of electricity and to ensure that the government can have influence over its operations. The government, as a shareholder in JPS, had the responsibility to assert its concerns and mandate a proper restoration plan after the hurricane. Unfortunately, this did not happen. The cabinet failed.
Is Philip Paulwell being honest with you? Is Philip Paulwell being honest? Or is it that both parties has failed? Is it that this government, Philip Paulwell, has failed? Or is it that both parties have failed? And is it the reason why the People's National Party has been so silent, lugging and lackluster about this thing because of the failure of Philip Paulwell, PJ Patterson, and Portia Simpson, and all of them to do with the whole JPS regulatory framework? Let's listen to a press conference.
As far back as 2012, the OUR has put proposals for the amendment of its act to ensure that there is enforcement provisions.
As far back as 2012, who did in a government 2012?
To date, those amendments have not taken place. And we have had several reviews, we have had several submissions, consultations were held with other ministries, and the cabinet submission was submitted, and to date, the OUR has not had those amendments. So it is not that the OUR, and if you read our annual reports over the period, you would see in our annual reports under the legal section that we are seeking to have enforcement powers, because that gap was recognized a long time ago. In 2012, when the Telecommunications Act was amended, the OUR at the time sought to have enter into legislation the fact that we could impose and to have enforcement provisions directly over the utilities. We were told at the time that that was not within the constitutional framework and it could not be done. Again, because we have recognized that there is this gap of enforcement, we I think it was last year or early this year, have sought an opinion, which we are awaiting, as to whether or not that is in fact so, whether or not the OUR can be empowered within our constitutional framework to directly impose fines on the utilities when they do not comply, rather than having to go through the court system. So, or the traffic fixed penalty system. Because ultimately, if a company under the fixed penalty system disagrees and don't agree to pay the fine, then it still has to go to court. So that's a problem we see.
So you see the failure that Philip Paulwell is saying this government and this cabinet has failed is a lie. Both parties has failed us on this issue. OUR has been asking them for an amendment in their act to give them more powers for punishment. Neither the PNP JLP has not taken you, the people of Jamaica, interests into consideration in making sure that OUR has the proper regulatory and disciplinary framework to work with. I think my gallon freeze. Oh, it come back now. Don't have the proper structure to work with. And both the JLP and the PNP did not take it into consideration. As you hear them say, it's not in the constitutional framework, blah, blah, blah. So when you see JPS is exercising the power that they have unto themselves, that power was given away by the People's National Party. That power was given away by the People's National Party. So them can't come out and criticize fair and square that them don't have a hand in this JPS debacle, because when them a sell it off, they messed it up too. Them never think about you, the people of Jamaica, when them a get it off them hands. Them just want to get it off them hands to save money, and if they don't have to invest money in upgrading the infrastructure. So when PNP come out here, they must come out here with honesty, admit their failure, and give advice as to how we move forward. But don't come out here and come talk so the government failed. Talk about how the People's National Party messed it up as well. This is where it started, Mr. Paulwell. And this is the problem in Jamaica, where we can't criticize both sides of the argument. We must always hold on one side. We never got school for them something there. We got school to explore all the issues. The system of buggered can keep freezing. Is the audio choppy? How is the audio? But what is needed to be done on this whole? That is the reason why Dr. John Lennon no longer appear on platform and is now concentrating on independent candidacy. Yes, I do understand Dr. John Lennon, this like of both political parties, and if you're just narrating for one party, Dr. John Lennon is not going to get involved with it. And I truly believe in that, because it's not about political parties. And this is where Jamaicans need to get away from. Politics in Jamaica for Jamaican people, and even some of you in the diaspora still have that mentality of political parties. I don't do that. It's about the country. So if a dog or a rat or a cat come with a policy that will advance Jamaica, I will work with it. I will push it. But I'm not going to stand up and then say, because it's my political party, I'm blind to what they have done to the country or is doing to the country. I can't do it. That's a game too far. Truly, the jerk world. It's a messy world in a politics where even if you go there clean, politics and police, you go there clean, you come out dirty, or you turn the dirty, or you have to run away from the dirt before you get dirty up. And these are the 5 places of corruption where you, the people in the comment area, help to protect. Because you cannot criticize JLP politician because them loyalists will cut your head off. You can't criticize PNP politician because them loyalists will cut your head off. But nobody look on the destruction to our country. Nobody look at us whiffing and waffing between these two for 80 years, and we have gone backwards. 18 years of the People's National Party, when they should have raised social democracy in Jamaica. What they did, they rose China influence in Jamaica to the detriment of the orange economy, to the detriment of our fertile lands. The PNP was involved in a lot of that. They are not clean. So I'm going to sit down out here and use my platform, run narrative for any political party. That's not what global television is about. Global television, go back to my launch. One, we now get involved in a charity around here. No, mix up my name on social media with money again. Anybody give to Global TV, give willingly. Global TV now run no farmer charity. Global TV is a social justice platform. Meaning say, anywhere, anyone, missing injustice, I throw out to. I don't need an invitation to get involved. My 6 years at law school qualifies me to do so. My master's program gave me journalistic training. So I don't want nobody go on like say, I'm not qualified out here. I don't want nobody go on like me a trace clout out here. This is about social justice. And anybody can come under the scope of global TV. Nobody is, will be treated with exception, especially if you put yourself on a public pedestal and tell me that, look at me, look at my profession, look at my integrity, look at all that what I have done, that it's good. I'm entitled to ask any questions of you. So if you don't understand how journalism works, go and learn. In the journalism spheres, we don't have no mercy to people in politics and people who put themselves on public pedestal. Merciless. Me not vlogger, me a journalist. Me go hard. Nobody can stop me if I ask questions, especially when it comes to do with legality and justice. Nobody can stop me from telling my side of the truth. Nobody can stop me from telling my truth, what I know. What you all can do who don't want to hear, stick 2 fingers in your ears and say, la, 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 la. All right? But until Jamaicans are able to tolerate the truth, Jamaicans are going to continue to be destructive. And I'm appealing to Jamaicans' mother this morning. Those of you who do, stop wash the bloody clothes. Stop walk with the gun for no children. Stop bank the scamming money. Because it won't be long before you will have to bury them. It won't be too long before you will have to go to prison to visit them. Jamaican mothers, get out of the crime. Enough is enough. Thank you very much for watching this morning. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I'm going to the park. I'm not going to Carnival. Today is the final day of the Notting Hill Carnival in London. I haven't been to Carnival for years, but with the state of the country on edge at the moment, and riot and war and all sorts is breaking out by your bat your eyelid, I don't feel moving around the country in crowd. So therefore, as Mama used to say, what my keep sound bone, but if you not think from me, come take on my mouth. Good morning, good afternoon from Global Television.
Jamaica.